Well, that's all we can cling on to at the moment. It's some hypothetical happiness and a groin-kicking, toothless nurse. So that's the environment that I bring my wonderful co-host Alisdair Beckett King into today. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm absolutely reeling from the groin kicking of that nurse. Alleged.
Oh, she did actually get charged.
No,
sorry,
she has been charged. Okay.
Ordered to pay £420 in fines and compensation.
This isn't sub judice. Then we can say that the priest did kick the nurse in the groin.
Yeah.
I was going to be very hedging about my words there.
No, freely. Slag dear Sheila Sherwood off.
Can I say, though, because really this reflects badly upon me and the era I come from, that my assumption when I heard priest kicks nurse in groin is I had the genders completely the other way around there.
Yes,
So a female Catholic priest, an old Catholic priest.
Yes, this is the old Catholic church.
Kicked a male nurse, it's 2025, kids, a male in the groin. Now it's actually a very progressive act, I now think.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the nurses. I'm really torn about who I'm sympathising with here.
I see what you mean. You don't necessarily have to sympathise with anyone in the story, but
maybe there are no heroes.
Yeah, there are no heroes
in
anymore.
Priest groin kicking.
But this is a story that represents progress. That represents change.
Exactly.
In its heart.
It is the story of 2025 in my view.
I look forward to it being on the Google Zeitgeist videos.
Aren't we all a priest kicking a nurse in the groin?
It's a great metaphor for life.
It is a metaphor. Sometimes you're the priest, sometimes you're the groin, sometimes you're the male nurse being gummed.
Yes,
we just don't.
What a defence as well. I couldn't have bit him. I don't have any teeth.
I mean, it's a real O.J. Simpson. Like, how did I do it without teeth? Come on.
If the teeth don't fit, you must quit. She's only 56. That's quite young to be very gummy.
I mean, I don't imagine this is pure. I've only just heard about the old Catholic Church. I was only familiar with the main Roman Catholic Church.
The old Catholic Church.
Yeah, for me, the main one, not the spin-off. But I kind of imagine a toothless female priest is probably par for the course. Is that unfair?
Yeah.
Am I slandering the entire religion?
No,
there?
I mean, I think
yes.
of all things to slander, I think a religion, a centuries-old religion, is the best one to go for.
Phew.
Yeah, you're all good. We did look up the difference between the old Catholic Church and the new Catholic Church, and it's a lot of
the Catholic Church.
Yes, the Catholic Church, the Holy Roman Catholic Church.
Really, not that new at all.
No, God, they've been around for millennia. And it was all just very boring stuff about excommunication and succession of apostles, so we won't bore you with that. But it was founded by J.J.I. von Dollinger, which is a fun name.
J.J. Abrams from the movies. Wow.
Yeah, and Super 8. That was his prequel to the Super 8 movies. Speaking of fantastic names, alongside J.J.I. von Dollinger here, a wonderful name coming right up. And you'll be very familiar with it, I'm sure. Montgomery Bonbon.
Ah, yes. Montgomery Bonbon. For the listener who doesn't know, that is the name of the pseudonymous protagonist
lovely word.
of the children's books I write. I write Locked Room Impossible Murder Mysteries for kids aged 8 and up. There's actually no upper
anyone
limit.
can enjoy this,
but there is
not
a lower limit. A 7-year-old, get lost. But if you're over 7, then you can read them. And they're about a 10-year-old girl called Bonnie Montgomery, who is very good at solving mysteries, but people don't really let children solve murders.
Yeah, weird that.
Yeah, I know. It's just
if a female priest can kick a male nurse, then surely
come on,
a child
it's
detective.
2025. Now that we've broken down the biggest taboo, can a female priest kick a nurse in the groin? Surely the saloon doors are open for pretty much anything to happen.
Yes.
It's not the Weimar Republic now.
Wheelbarrows of money just being carted around as people buy your children's detective novels.
So what Bonnie Montgomery, the protagonist, does is she puts on a sort of a David Suchet's Poirot-like accent, which is kind of wobbly and vaguely roams around the whole of the European continent, and she gets a fake moustache and the beret, and she becomes Montgomery Bonbon, the gentleman detective. And obviously nobody can tell that she's actually a little girl, and so she solves all of the crimes in that disguise, while also trying to protect her secret identity.
Wow, that sounds so fun.
It is. They're really fun and good, and I think the listeners should buy them, frankly.
You absolutely should. I have 2 questions. Number 1, do you do audiobooks, and do you do the accent in the audiobooks?
Oui. Yeah. The accent is sehr gut, except that I didn't know how to pronounce the German word Fräulein.
Fräulein, yeah.
So I do pronounce it Fraulein for the entire book. But then she's a kid; she doesn't know how to say.
No, I think that's accurate.
So
that's character accurate.
Yeah. So and also one of the characters is called Dana, and I only found out after recording the audiobooks that the English pronunciation for the girl's name is Dana.
No, I've never heard anyone say Dana.
I know, but I learned it from the X-Files, where they're all American.
Yeah,
so she's called Dana in the audiobooks. And
I'm on your side with the Dana. The Fräulein Fraulein thing, that's understandable.
I mean, strictly speaking, that I am wrong.
Yeah, you are wrong. But Dana, I don't agree with at all.
No. Dana's fine, isn't it? So yes, I do the audiobooks, and if you haven't had enough of listening to me doing really questionable accents, then get them in.
Get on it. Get on it. And there's four to choose from, and a fifth on the way.
A fifth on the way.
Set in a theatre.
Set in a theatre. Murder in a theatre on stage.
On stage.
Yes, someone is murdered and nobody else is on stage, and Montgomery Bonbon is watching from the stalls. How could it have happened?
I've got more questions. Everything just keeps spiraling more questions. My main question before I go off on this tangent is how do you temper the violence of the murder and the age appropriate?
I just try and get as much violence in there as I can and let the editor go, no.
I see. Well, you take it out of your hands.
I'm not. On the one hand, I do try to be responsible. So the types of murders and crimes that happen in the book are not things that are easy to imitate. So they are somewhat outlandish. Things that you wouldn't actually encounter in daily life, because I don't want kids to be inspired by the wrong parts of the book.
Indeed. But, and if they can get hold of an anvil, all power to them.
Exactly. Yeah. That shows initiative. But also, I think that the truth is that kids like the bits that you're not supposed to have in a kid's book, and we all grew up with, I grew up reading Roald Dahl, younger people grew up reading J.K. Rowling, both extremely evil people in real life. But the cruelty of their evil has obviously produced books that people really like. And in Roald Dahl, because he's a good writer in his case, the people. I loved the nasty, horrible stuff. I mean, the sales pitch for Roald Dahl is, I'm a horrible man writing a horrible story for disgusting children. And as a child, you're like, yes, please.
Do you worry that you are too good a person to be a successful children's author?
It is a constant fear. Yes,
You're too morally correct.
I'm too morally upright and just likable and nice. So far, I haven't done a heel turn, but I think you have to be really, really successful first, and then you want to do the heel turn.
That's it, from the ivory tower. Yeah,
then you have to decide which minority it is you've got it in for. But at this point, it's everything to play for. It could be male nurses. It could be old Catholic church priests. It could be any of them.
I would, in the spirit of dear E Incognito, I'd suggest the Eskimos. They've had it too good for too long. And now
I will look Inuit.
Come on!
I've actually never done a pun in my life before. That was my first one. So.
There you go. And I can believe that your comedy is very, very smart. So I feel like you're above puns.
Do you oh, really?
Yeah, and I mean that in a positive way. I don't mean
decided which minority you're going after. One-liner comedians.
Well, absolutely. I've got no respect for them. Some of them, you see them working out their stuff. It's like, do you even know how words work? You're just throwing shit at the wall. What do you mean? No, I will. I love Mark Simmons. He's been in this show.
Fantastic.
But I'll say no more about anyone else.
I do love Mark. What I like about Mark is that obviously he's a great joke writer, but also he's just a normal man. Because a lot of the time, with a lot of brilliant one-liner comedians, the persona is often an oddball or a weirdo, and Mark just seems like a guy who really likes jokes, which is what he is. And so there's just something. It's weirdly avant-garde to just be right. I'm a man who wrote all these jokes. They're all really good. Do you enjoy that? And the audiences really respond.
Yeah, you're so right, actually. Because all power to, and I love separately Milton Jones and Tim Vine, exactly. But there's such a character selling the jokes, whereas Mark is just pure here's the jokes.
Yeah, it's just a guy from Kent.
Yeah, I've never
appreciated a big bag of jokes.
I've never appreciated how brilliant that actually is. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have Mark Simmons back on this show before we.
So let's take everything we said about one-liner comedians back. They're all very good.
But we do hate the Eskimos. Now, before we head into the break,
I'm not co-signing any of this.
We have a quiz for you.
Oh, okay.
These are kids' book titles. I think we have a quiz sting actually. Oh, hello. Boom. Yes, we've got a quiz here, and there might be a little bed I can play as well. No, I've kicked it off again. Here we go. Right, there we go. Now it's gently playing in the background now. So this is real or fake kids book titles.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, hang on. Sorry, the producer's telling me that the bed was really loud. This is what happens if we try to be proper radio.
I love a loud bed.
I said to Kieran, it would be nice to have like little sound effects like they do on, like radio, like when they're having some sort of fun jingle.
Yeah.
And we've fucked it.
No,
really.
no. You've shown why you're not allowed to play with.
Yeah, we're not proper
jingles.
radio. I shouldn't try to be. We're just having a laugh, and we're going to do our quiz. But I do have correct and wrong buzzers at the very least.
Okay.
So, is this a real or a fake kids' book title? Strangers have the best candy.
Strangers have the best candy.
Yes, is that a real title?
I mean, that's a terrible lesson for kids. But again, kids do like to get bad. No, I think that's got to be fake. That's got to be fake.
It's real. It's a real title. Yes.
Encouraging children to talk to strangers.
Yeah, it only gets worse, really. Well, if these are real. Grandma's hairy secret. Grandma's hairy secret. Real or fake?
I don't know. I can't believe the glee in your eyes suggests to me that you had a hand in that in Grandma's hairy secret.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say fake again. Surely.
It is indeed fake. It is correct.
We got it.
We'll do three more.
If it's been Granny's hairy secret, I would have believed it. But
Grandma's
didn't sound right.
101 fun games to play in the road.
That must be fake.
It's real. It's real.
What are we teaching the children? I'm losing so badly.
You've guessed all of them are fake.
Yeah, I can't believe anyone would call a book any of these things.
Mum's got a hangover.
No. But now... Okay, I don't think it's real, but I'm going to say real because I've been wrong.
It's fake.
You tricked me.
Oh, you've got just the 1 point. This is.
Is that the end of the quiz?
No, you got one more. You got one more question.
Okay, here we go.
This is a bit of consolation.
So it's not everything to play for because I've lost either way.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go.
Curious George and the High Voltage Fence.
Okay, now Curious George is a real character.
Yes, he's a real entity.
So that's plausible.
Well, not a real entity. He's a real.
You're telling me
property.
Curious George is not real? Yeah, he's a real bit of intellectual property. That's how we like to think of these things. And the High
Voltage Fence.
No way. No, not true.
It's real. It's a real Curious George, but Curious George.
George, your curiosity is a danger at this point. What?
Yeah, I guess some of these are like subversive.
Well, I think so.
I hope, unless it's like strangers do have the best candy.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Especially the ugly ones because they have to try harder. Yeah, that's not the lesson we should take away from that.
It was a box of dogs. It was a box of puppies when I was a kid.
Really?
It wasn't, yeah, we were healthier in those days.
Wow. Oh, well, that's very fun, actually. But we could look at that. Maybe we could Google the history of sort of like child entrapment. How my producer Kieran
maybe not. Let's
panicking
do
in the
that.
booth. Like, let's not
Google the history of child entrapment.
Well, because the child snatcher in Chitty Bang Bang, he's all sweets, isn't he?
Yes, he does have sweeties.
Before your time.
He is. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I wasn't a child in the 1960s. That's true. And that's set in like when the turn of the set in like 1920 or something.
Edwardian.
Yeah. So that's true. No, he did have lollipops and so forth.
But the dogs were a big one. I never even
grew up in the northeast. Yeah, big box of puppies. Yeah. You got to You got to think about. No, I was going to say, I think restocking that box of puppies time and again is going to be a nightmare admin-wise, but that's probably not the biggest problem.
I don't think they actually give away the puppies, do they?
No, but they're going to get older. You can't carry around a big box of like four fully grown Alsatians.
I see your problem. Yeah, well, unless they also have a dog breeding business on the side.
Just something for the police of the 1990s to look into, maybe.
Yep. And then maybe they needed the help of Montgomery Bonbon to uncover those crimes.
Quite.
And yes, so there's a 5th book coming. There's 4 you can go and buy and enjoy now for ages 8+, and look out for the new one in the new year. We're going to head into the break now, but we'll be right back with some more Alasdair Beckett King. We're going to be talking about his tour. We're going to be talking about the world's sexiest man, all sorts of things, and even animal chiropractic.
FUBAR Radio. Pulse of the Nation with Andrew White on FUBAR Radio.
Well, we've got some ASMR for you now, some sounds of clicking and cracking, which we will we will back narrate. So retrospectively, we'll tell you what's happening. But for now, just enjoy the sounds of these animals being relieved. That sounds horrible. Sorry.
Okay, that's what it is. Fine. Hoppala. Gut gemacht, Schatz. Ja, warte, wir sind noch nicht fertig. Ja. gut? Alles gut? Ja?
Okay, yeah, so that was...
What was that? What was I listening to and looking at there? That was
You are
nightmarish.
fixed in horror, Alasdair.
I just watched a man snap a rabbit.
So yes, the ASMR could stand for animal spine movement and realignment, because that was the sound of several animals having their necks and backs cracked by an animal chiropractor. That clearly made you feel a certain way, and it wasn't positive.
I had a strongly negative reaction to that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure that chiropractic is a real science in the first place.
Yeah, agreed.
And when you've just basically got a cow in a headlock, it seems even less like a real medical practice to me.
But these animals seem so happy after.
The cat didn't. The cat was like,
but you see, I've seen other videos where it's the dog, and the dog's like jumping around like, oh, thank you so much.
yeah, I know, but that's dogs, isn't it?
Yeah,
true.
true.
You kick a dog and they're like, they're sort of pathetic, needy.
That's quite pigeony, that dog. I like it.
That's my impression of a dog.
I don't know whether this sits. I don't know how. Take this how you will, but it sits well within your character that you would say you had a dog, and then it turned out to be a pigeon, but you were convinced it was actually a dog.
That's absolutely, yeah. We're walking it in the park on a very small lead.
Yeah.
It keeps trying to flutter away. Come back,
Fury.
Lionel, come back.
Furious that the dog shows keep turning you away. Yeah. So yeah, there was a cow, there was a rabbit, and a cat and a dog, and they all had sort of. They were held in various positions, then sort of whoomp, like.
By a I can't remember now what his accent was, but he had a sort of vaguely seductive sort of, okay, I'm going to squeeze you.
Yes, which is what you want from a chiropractor, I think.
Okay, it's fine. That's good. Big on sort of aftercare there as he's sort of stroking the dog. The dog looked like... the dog was as surprised as me that it was being given a chiropractic click. But
how do you identify that the animals need this? That's my question.
That's a really good point. You never hear a dog say, oh, me back. Oh, it's played Marielle with me today, me back. I certainly never hear that from Lionel, my pigeon is a dog.
Yeah, I have got so many questions about the ethics of it, how this guy discovers he can do this, how they discover the animal needs it. Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
It makes pet psychics look slightly more ethical, at least.
Yes,
that's one good
true.
thing about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. The mediums, like the sort of contacting the realm of dead animals.
Yeah. I was familiar with pet psychics who would try and tell you what a living animal.
Oh,
thought.
yes,
but if you're bringing messages from a dead animal, it's even harder to prove those wrong.
That is true. So I've seen the pet psychics. I've seen them do it over Zoom, which I think is ridiculous.
Come on, no, you can't. Let's be realistic. You can't detect a pet's aura over Zoom. The technology isn't there.
That's my problem with it. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. No, the webcams can't pick up aura. Come on.
Maybe with the advancement of AI.
With infrared cameras or something like that, we might be able to get there, but we're not there now.
No, I've seen videos of. So I was thinking of the mediumship, which does exist and is even more unethical.
Really? So do they like channel the dog like a Victorian medium and just start woofing?
I would love
People
it.
Going, that's him.
Yes, that's exactly what he sounded like.
His little wiggles.
I think they just go, there's somebody in the room with me. Did you have a beagle? And they go, yes, I did have a beagle. And they go, he wants you to know that he loves you.
I'm getting a word. Walkies. Does that mean anything to anyone?
Oh, I would love to see a full live show of that. No, it's one-on-one exploitation, sadly. But yeah, those the aura readers who are like telling you what your pet thinks. I've seen it before where it's a Zoom, and they go, if you could just leave me with the cat. And this woman stands up and gets out of the room, and it's just the person and the cat on a Zoom window.
On Zoom?
Yeah, on a Zoom.
Well, cats do love being on Zooms, to be fair.
Yeah,
They do enjoy that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So in context, that now seems like a really good way of spending time and money by comparison.
Yes, the chiropractor is
getting someone in to just basically snap the spine of a pet.
Do you watch this? One of the questions here is like, would you watch this kind of content? What is your algorithm? What do you see on your Insta and TikTok?
I feel terribly sort of 20th century. Mm-hmm. Like I make quote unquote funny short videos for the
amazing
internet.
short videos.
Thank you very much, Andrew. But I don't like to consume information in video form. I just tell me it in words, because I can read faster than an American in their car can speak. So that's how I would prefer to find the information out, rather than just hearing someone breaking it down for me as they drive on a freeway or something with holding their phone in a way that seems irresponsible.
Oh,
frankly.
yes, yeah, illegal, definitely.
Yeah, so I don't do the, I'm not on. I don't really use TikTok. I'm not sitting just watching reels on Instagram.
Fair enough. So you don't have
an
an
like
algorithm.
my friends' reels when they come up on Instagram, but that is as a sign of support.
Yes, what a healthy attitude to the internet. I
Thank you.
support my friends and I consume my own information. Which, although that second, I've phrased it.
I do my own research.
Exactly, yeah.
I just find out the stuff they don't want you to know in the mainstream media.
Is there a conspiracy theory that you have a sort of slight leaning towards? Like I'm maybe empathetic or sympathetic rather to the some of the Queen killed Diana theories.
That is quite. I mean, does anybody think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
No,
it's hard to find somebody who thinks he did. Like, I think the doctor who confirmed it was like, probably. No. I've never met anybody who thinks that there isn't something going on there. It's tricky, isn't it? Because like the impulse to believe in conspiracy theories is like, the instinct is not exactly wrong. Like, the world is not run in our interests. There are small groups of people who make decisions that affect our lives. Pharmaceutical companies sometimes behave unethically. Like, these things are all true. Governments lie. And it's just that for some reason the specific beliefs that conspiracy theorists always sort of latch upon are like not true. Yeah, and it really matters to me that they're not true. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah, I do know what you mean. And it's so hard as well because like sometimes they'll be going down the line of questioning that you sort of want to encourage, or like questioning the status quo.
Free thinking and questioning, that's all good.
But then it's just a left turn.
The media can be used to build consent, absolutely. But when I was younger, I feel like there were fun conspiracy theories, like that seemed kind of harmless and apolitical, like the moon landings didn't happen and things like that. They're relatively soft and fluffy, or Bigfoot exists, that sort of thing, and they're covering it up. But it feels like now almost all they used to sort of say, oh, the world is evil, but the corporations and the governments don't want you to know that, which is kind of true. Yeah. In a way. But now the conspiracy is like, everything's actually fine and I don't need to recycle. But the feminists are making me. And it's like, no, that isn't true, though. It's not true that everything's fine. Climate change is real. So it's inverted. And like every conspiracy theory now tells you that you, a presumed sort of middle-aged white guy, don't need to improve yourself or change your life in any way, and everyone else is wrong. And that's rubbish. Yeah. That's not free thinking. That's not a good conspiracy theory. Like
no,
Bigfoot.
That's just curmudgeonly, really. Yeah, just staying in your own ways. It's much easier. Yeah, it's fascinating. I find conspiracy such an interesting realm. It's so easy for anyone to fall into it. The thing
once you believe one of them.
Oh yeah, the door
nobody ever
really
believes
opens.
in just one conspiracy
Well,
theory.
this is the problem. Is because I was in Newcastle at the weekend and I wandered through town and there was an anti-digital ID protest. And it's like, broadly, I am also anti-digital ID. I agree with your cause.
I agree. Principally, I have no reason except that Tony Blair wants to do it.
Yeah.
So I am against it.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know any more information.
That's
than
all
that.
you need, I think, really. But you see these people and they're wearing like anonymous masks, and I just go, I don't want to get aligned with you because we're one conversation away from it's the Jews that are doing it. It's like, oh no, I'm just on board for the digital ID thing. I don't believe.
I just
in
don't really
want
the admin.
Yeah,
I'm not so hot on the anti-Semitism at the moment.
Yeah. In fact, it's just it's such a difficult world to for all of us to coalesce on one cause because it all just sprouts off everywhere. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, that completely. Speaking of sprouts off everywhere.
Is that on your notes?
No, not at all.
Long conspiracy theory chat. I can see it right there.
No, we went last week. Alex Kitson, we were all over the shop, weren't we? We sort of bumbled around from Taylor Swift to abortion rights and everything in between. It was quite a lot. Our main conclusion was that we think matcha is horrible. I don't know if you've had.
I do agree with you there. Yes,
it's just weird tasting milk.
Nope, don't need it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now we would love to dip into what do I actually have in my notes? Sorry, there we go. Yeah. Thank you. I will. Kieran has just said in my ears, "Sexiest man," but on my notes, I was going to go to your tour show, which
the title of that is The Sexiest Man.
The Sexiest Man. Yeah.
The title is King of Crumbs.
King of Crumbs, spring 2026.
Yes.
You're also, as well as a wonderful children's author, a fantastic short form video sketch creator. You are ultimately, primarily, a brilliant stand-up.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I truly do love your stuff, Alasdair. And this is a brand new show from you.
It's yes. So before I was one of those annoying internet comics, I was an annoying stand-up comedian going around the clubs doing gigs. And so this will be my third tour, and I did a couple of weeks at the Edinburgh Festival, just like you.
Yes, and we bumped into it. I literally bumped into you at the
breakfast together. It was very, very glamorous. Very glamorous showbiz breakfast. Breakfast. That's the word. And the show's called King of Crumbs.
What can we expect? What is there? I know it's quite hard sometimes, but like, is there a set piece or a through line or some fun bits that you could like to highlight?
Well, times are hard for a travelling whimsy merchant like myself. Reality is a grim and miserable place, as you saw yourself looking at the news this morning.
Yes, yeah.
And so I've decided to just sort of solve that, really, in show form. And I can't really compete with all the misery that's out there, but I can offer a sort of a cosy, warm show that asks, I say that it asks the big questions, like who watches the Watchmen? Who milks the milkmen? These kind of questions that the other comedians are afraid to ask. Why is it that ducks quack at the speed they walk? I'm looking into things that they say, that they'd cancel you. They try to cancel me, but I won't stop. I am going to look into these areas and really find some completely pointless conclusions.
ABK Unleashed. Here we go.
Exactly. Yeah, they tried to silence me by not liking my jokes, but I wouldn't be silenced. And I came back with another tour. And so I did a couple of weeks of it at the Fringe, a tour warm up, trying to build it up, and I'm still working on it, trying to make it better and longer, which is always a challenge. Yeah. Better and shorter, very easy.
Oh, so easy.
Worse and longer, even easier. Better and longer, a challenge.
Yeah.
But
That's
I'm
the
working
real
on that right now.
meeting of.
Can it be both? Yes.
Well, I think it
will be by
can be
spring 2026.
And I fully endorse that. Please do go see Alasdair on tour. Where any sort of particular venues you're very much looking forward to? Any returning?
Well, it's a UK tour. So I'm going to. It is mostly in England, I'm afraid to say, but I will be in Cardiff and Glasgow. And I love doing Manchester. Always great doing Manchester. I was back in Newcastle in the northeast, near where I'm from. And a load of places in the southeast of England that I can't remember.
Fair enough.
The names off.
Well, go and Google it. Just give it a little Google, and go and support Alasdair. You are a fantastic stand-up.